you don't get to choose who you marry. Once you have sex, that is marriage, whether it's a prostitute or whether it's the woman that you actually want to be with. Sex itself is the marriage. Yo, what's good? This is Donovan Anderson. I am the founder of 30 Mighty Men Ministries, also the founder of Clean, the tools to achieve sexual integrity for the Christian man. And I'm talking a little bit about marriage and what it is like in the word. Like, we can get caught up in the world that we live in today. We think that marriage is like this big wedding party, like have a wedding, everybody got the nice suit on, color matching, the bride looking nice. She got her crew of bridesmaids all with the same color, you know what I mean? The family there looking whatever else, and then you say I do and you're married. The reality is that in the spiritual, and talking to men here, like in the spiritual, the marriage covenant occurs when the puzzle pieces come together. So when sexual intercourse happens, right? When male and female come together, that is marriage. Those pieces coming together is marriage. That's the knowing. I don't remember Adam and Eve having a wedding party. Do you remember that? They have a big party to say that they were married. Did God have a big... No, it was them, Adam knowing Eve. That's when marriage happened. So the two becoming one flesh is marriage, right? Or at least the beginning of it, because as you know, some of you guys are out here having sex and really creating covenants with women, and even going deeper, blood covenants with women through sexual intercourse, and saying you're not married, saying that, oh, it's just fun, we moving on. Paul talks about this in his epistle. He talks about if you become one or have sex with a harlot or with a prostitute, if you have sex with a prostitute, you become one with her. Like, you don't get to choose who you marry. Once you have sex, that is marriage, whether it's a prostitute or whether it's the woman that you actually want to be with, right, for the rest of your life. Sex itself is the marriage. So you got to think about that. Like, every woman that you've had sex with up until this point, you've made a covenant with them in the spiritual. Physically, okay, you moved on, you did whatever else, you know what I mean, you got away, it was fun. But in the spiritual, you have a covenant, you have a contract with that woman. You're married to her. And you don't get to choose who's your wife in the spiritual and who's not. You don't get to choose like which contract is real and which one's fake. Oh God, that wasn't a real contract, I was just having fun. Nah, that was a blood covenant. You made a covenant with this woman. That's your wife, and 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 that's your... Like, that's what's happening. So we're gonna talk more about this in another video where I talk to you about how do you break those covenants. But if you have sex with other women who are not your wife, that means that you didn't commit to them in the physical. You just say, I'm gonna be with this person and commit to them and build a life with them. If you had sex with them, they are, for all intents and purposes, that you have a contract with them. They are your wife. I pray this gives you insight into what marriage is. And as always, man, it's not for me to be seen, but for you to be encouraged. Check out my next video to learn about how to break these covenants. Peace.